Hello again, Echo here, welcome back to FTB Unleashed. I'm still actually saving the last episode, so this might be extra laggy, but as you can see by the moon dial in my hand, it's a full moon, and you can see by the clock up the top left of my screen, it's 6 PM, so we're about ready to try and get a pure B. Now, what I've got is, in here, I've got, not there at all, in here I've got some rejuvenating drones, and that's not what I need. In here I've got a rejuvenating princess, and I should have some V drones. I've got a V drone. So rejuvenating princess and a V drone is what we need. Now I'll talk about how we got them once I've got this going, but I want to get this going first just to make sure it works. And what I've got down here is, oh, it's vanished. Shit. Well, that's cocked it. Oh no, look, it just took its time. 49 of 150, so we actually are near a little 150 node here. And I've not got any uranium. Got a bit of uranium. Sorry for the frame rate, this is terrible. This is costing, like I say, episode, is it 51 is saving as I speak. So my PC is doing a lot of work. So, there's a little node under here, you can't see it because I've not got goggles revealing on, but there is one there. If we put a uranium ore in there, we put our rejuvenating princess and our V drone together in there, because it's a full moon, as you can see by the moon dial and by actually looking at the moon. There it is, full moon. What we should get here is, it's still only a 6% chance, so it might not be pure. What we should get here is chance of a pure B. We've got like a little red outline. Come on, damn it. That's all good. 27.5 seconds later. Hooray! Pure princess, pure drone. So we've done well there, even though it's a 6% chance. So with the uranium we had 60% chance. It looks like we may have got 100% mutation. Let's have a look. Or are these all hybrids? Pure, wonderful. Pure, that's excellent. So I've got myself pure bees there. Right, I'll cut the camera now and I'll record some more later once I've finished saving and uploading yesterday's episode. Yep, that makes sense. And I should have a bit better FPS. Back in a bit. Okay then, here I am back in the world, and it's after the episode 51's saved and uploaded, so this should be slightly better FPS than earlier. It won't be miraculous because it never is. So what I've got from earlier is I've got these serums. I've got rejuvenating species, pure species, and I've just been pumping these back off. Rocky species there. What else have we got in here? We've got purify aura effects, and we've got aura charge effects. So that's what I want these bees for. It's not the actual species themselves. The species I'm not actually going to use. Rocky species can go back. I've changed these. Remember I had 4 random princesses. I've changed them into Rockies, so they've got the same stats as the drones that they go with. But what I've done with these two, and what I've done with these two, is I've added the Purify Aura, and let's just get rid of that, get that in there. What I've done here is, on these two we've got Aura Charge, so that one and that one I've got Aura Charge. So that of course comes from, aura charge comes from the rejuvenating bee. What that'll do, that'll fill an aura node back up. And then these two have got the purify aura, which will strip flux out. So what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to wire them up over here. Now that's still all my breeding stuff in there. I've actually made some more alveary blocks, so let's do that at the same time. So alv 27 alveary blocks, so I've got enough alveary blocks for a new alveary there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these breeding things out of here that we don't need anymore. So oblivion frame in there. Oh, I don't need a frame housing still. Do I? I wonder if that'll make it work quicker. Now that's interesting. I wonder if I wonder if working quicker makes the effect quicker. That's something I'll have to find out later. Take all this stuff out. And I'll save these for my breeding one. I'll put some blanks in here for now. So I'll try and find out about that, and I may put some frames back in there. I don't know if production speed's going to do anything. Like my ebony slabs, by the way, on the top there. It's spend it on upmarket Alvery because it's got ebony slabs. Wonderful. So that should reform. There we go. So in there, I'm going to put these two, the ones with aura charge. Was them first two, let's double check. I've complicated things, but yeah, aura charge and aura charge, yeah. So you see now the aura's at 77. If we put them in there, the aura should start going up, and it's already gone up to 78. Well, I think that was just coincidence. So what I need to do is I want a little bit of a automated system on this, just to keep sending the drone back in. I'll only have one shard each time, so we'll keep sending them back in. We'll get this aura pumped up. Now we've got no flux here because this is a new pure node. If we go across to this node that I believe is underground somewhere, this is high flux. There we go, high. So what I'll do later is, once that node's up to 250, I'll try these two, the one with the purify aura, and I'll move that over here, and I'll chunk load it, and I'll run that over here for a while, and I'll see if it takes this flux down. That's what it should do. It should take the flux down. So a couple of little things to play with there. There's also another one that we haven't got from the attracting bee, and what that'll do, that can pull a node towards it. Well, now the other differences as well is, before there used to be a notify effects which grew nodes. Now as far as I understand it, that's not there. I can't find one that says it grows nodes, but I think the pure effect may also grow nodes. There's the aura charge fully charged back up, so the aura charge goes with rejuvenating, and then the pure, that guy, purify aura effects, goes with pure species. So that's what them two have got, so I should actually put them there, 'cause they've got that stat on them. And yeah, I think that may grow nodes as well, so I'm going to test that out as well. That's what I want to get started on, and I see here I've actually run out of ebony wood without cutting that tree down, but I've been changing all the tops of my Alvarez to gangster ebony, because it's gangster. So yeah, so right, that's that bit just covered. So we're always working towards bees. Now I did come across an issue yesterday that I'm going to have to look into, and we started making these bees shadowed, and shadowed go towards making a higher tier bee called an abysmal. An abysmal is shadowed and an embittered bee. Now an embittered bee is from the nether. It's a nether hive bee, but it's a standard nether hive bee, and because we've got biomes of plenty, and because we've got biomes of plenty, there's all kind of random nether biomes, but there doesn't seem to be any standard nether biome in there, which means finding embittered bees is a nightmare. So I've been able to find one. I've been able to find, if you go into the nether now, I'm not sure what it is in a vanilla world, but what does it say we were even in here? Corrupted sands, you see. So corrupted sands is a biomes of plenty type of nether biome. Phantasmagoric inferno, corrupted sands, that's standard nether there though, isn't it? Look. So does that actually class as standard nether, or is that an upgraded biomes of plenty nether? Well, that's where you should find embittered bees, and they're really hard to find because they kind of blend in. At the best of times, they blend in with the surrounding netherrack. So finding embittered bees could be a bit of a nightmare. The abysmal, by the way, they get you obsidian, and I was just looking into them because of the way I'm using laser drills, we don't actually get any obsidian either. But I have been making obsidian using the minium stone, so I'm relying on EE3 to get my obsidian, and my frame rate is terrible again. But I am moving on quite quick, so that's probably why. Little spiders now, by the way, as well. When you kill a big spider, you get little spiders again, like you used to. Quite hard to hit. Not a problem when you're wearing full MPS, but you see, it may be a problem if you was in lesser armour. So anyway, let's get on the nether. In fact, I'll cut the camera and I'll meet you back at the Titan, where we'll look what I've done with the nuclear reactors. Hello, I'm back again, and I'm not at the Titan like I said I would be. This is actually the next day from when I started recording. And oh, that tree was big, wasn't it? And yeah, real life happened again yesterday. I got totally sidetracked, didn't get any more video done, so this is going to be late again probably. This being here, I had this is now the second set of bees. I had the one with the aura charge in there, and you can see this node's at 155, so it's slightly overcharged, and the reason why it's slightly overcharged is probably due to that crystal cluster there. That crystal cluster will add a little bit of extra V to the aura every now and again, so that's probably where the overcharge is coming from. See at the bottom left, it's at 155, 150. I now switched it to the Purify, so that's why we've got no flux there, and this has been in since yesterday, and it hasn't grown the node at all, so that Purify growing the node does not work anymore. So I don't think there's any way you can grow a node with bees at the minute. If anyone knows any better, let me know. What I am going to do in this episode is going to work out a way of growing a node using Thaumcraft, because I guess that's how you meant to do it. So, but first of all, let's go back and check on the Titan and the build that I've been doing there. So I managed to get some. I was on the game last night, but my house was real busy. My mum and dad was putting up a cupboard in the next room, hammering and drilling and stuff. So no way I could have recorded with that. But first thing you'll notice different here is I made a gate. I moved the portal up into the room here. I've not covered it in panels yet, but I'm probably going to do it the same as the other one. Even though I said I didn't like the other one, I think it'd probably fit alright in here. So I might as well make a match. So this gets me straight into the base, and then not a great deal else has changed here on the inside. I'll get to the reactor in a minute. There is a bit's changed with that, but if we jump outside, nothing's changed with the way the top looks. But I've added a lot of colour stuff down the bottom. Kind of getting there. I don't know. I'm just testing a few things out. I'm kind of going red, gold, and reinforced. Seems to be the way I'm doing things. But it's kind of working out alright, I think. Now in here, I've actually got, as you can see, I've actually got a full set of tanks now. So I've got 16 tanks, and I've not even got 16 things I want to put in them. But I've got 16 tanks. Now I've got a little clue here as to what I'm going to do with some of them. If you look at the colours of the panels here, we've got aluminium, ardite, cobalt and vermilion. So that's what I'm going to do in these for. I'm going to start liquidising those metals using the smeltery. When I build a smeltery here, now the smeltery, I'm thinking of putting this. Of course, you've got a picture. It's going to have two big guns, one on each side, at about the similar level to the head. So around here there's going to be a big gun on each side. I'm going to have a smelter at the back of each gun, I think. Kind of where the shoulder of it would be, if you're picturing it in anthropomorphic terms. Is that right? Anyway. So that's on the plan for that there. This is all working fine down here. I'm still not using any power. Right, so this thing, I've actually extended it, and I've made another set of 4 reactors. So we're actually got a capacity there, 1440 EU a tick. It's actually throttled because it all goes through one MFSU, so I can only actually put out 512 sustained. But in bursts, I've got 3 MFSUs here, so in bursts it can put out 1536. But if I had constant, if I have over 500 running constant, it would gradually drain these 3 down, and it would be limited to that 512 that one has outputting. Now, the way I've set this up, I did actually do it wrong when I set it up initially, and Funshine X let me know that the way I'd done it was going to cause some energy loss, so I've changed it around a little bit. I've just got some quartz glass there just to finish that off. This is going to be tardy, of course, at some point, so don't worry about that. So what I've got here is change the condition on this, so that when this MFSU is empty, so when any one of them 3 pulls energy out of that 512 a tick, then when that gets empty, it turns the redstone signal on, and the next level of this, as I said, it's completely modular this, so I just added another tier. So there's another tier of everything. There's another tier of export buses, import buses, and cobble structure pipes and gates, so that, and you can see, you can probably just see it, there's a gate on that side as well. There you go. So that's exactly the same condition. When the MFSU there is empty, turns the redstone signal on, which turns all 8 reactors on, starts putting power into there at 1440. Is it 1440 or 1420 a tick? think it's 1440. I worked it out at 1420 a tick. I just said 1440, didn't I? Yeah, 1400-ish a tick into that. So that'll put power into that pretty quick, and then it can feed it to them three. So there we go. Now let's put that glass back. So that's a nice concealed unit. I use a bit of reinforced concrete as much for decoration as for actual safety, because there's pretty much no chance of these exploding, apart from if I pulled out all the cooling vents like I did before. I managed to get, look in there, I managed to get a near depleted uranium cell from my breeder. So that's what these want to be pulling out. That's the thing you need there. Sometimes when these wear out, they'll become near depleted. So you need to have the ability to pull near depleted ones out, otherwise you won't actually need this side. You just need to keep feeding. If you was guaranteed that these would get used up each time, you could just feed these in and not have to take anything out. But that's the thing that complicates it a little bit, is the fact that you can get them near depleted. So that's all set up correctly. So precision export buses put in the quad cell, dual cells in, and import buses pulling any depleted cells out. Cobble structure pipes and gates doing the redstone control. Cable taking it onto one of my MFSU. Put into this banker 3. So the banker 3 MFSUs there has got a array, a single energy array location card there. Which the reason I could have done that as 3 separate ones, but when you do it as an array, you actually get the summary, which I like. So it's got the summary of 30 million there at the bottom. 100% full, each separate one, and then 100% full. And then on the sides, because these have got 3 slots, so I've got 2 reactors in each one. So you can have up to 3 in there. I've got 2 reactors in each one. That's made a mess of that, hasn't it? That's me clicking on it, it's made a mess of it all. Very strange. Okay, but as you can see there, 1, 2, 3. That's what's wrong. It's because I've been teleporting backwards and forwards, isn't it? Let's go back in there. Come on. That's not actually showing correctly, is it? That should be showing both of them. Like that. All of these should. So that's not working exactly as I'd like it to. There you go. Each one of them showing 1, 2, 3, 4, which is the bottom set. And then 5, 6, 7, 8 is the upper set. It's actually the other way around. 245, I guess, is the upper set. The bottom set's been in longer. Anyway, there we go. That's my EU setup. So I'm not going to use any solar power for actual running machines. The next step, of course, which I'll do all off camera, is getting machines here. So I've got 2 options for this episode. One of them is to make some teleporters to get up and down the legs. So we can have a look at that. I should have a recipe for teleporter in here because... No, I haven't. Okay. So look what it's called. Is it called a teleporter? Teleporter? I thought I might have had a recipe for that, because I think that goes into the quantum suit that I made. Wasn't it something? I didn't want to do anything. I'm pressing U on that, see what it gives me. What's that thing? No, it's saying nothing. That goes into nothing. Okay. Oh, is it Tesla coils? It might have been Tesla coil that I used in the... Looks similar. Yeah, it'll be a Tesla coil that I used in the quantum suit. So let's get a teleport there again. Oh, that's not something else I'm not showing you there actually. Teleporter, diamond, industrial diamond. We'll go with the normal diamond version. Encode that. Oops. What do I do that for? Fool. Didn't want to do that at all. Let's take that back out there and put it in there where I should have put it. No more room on the IC2 page, is there? I guess it's going to go there then. So we'll get to make a couple of them to start with. Probably going to end up with 4. I'll get 2 of them crafting. We're going to need MFSUs for that as well, and solar panels. I can bring a solar panel from another place. Let's make two solar panels as well. So I'll get all this stuff crafting. And while that's crafting, I'm going to show you something else that I've done. I've started using a bit of quartz because I think it supports a gothic-y look that I'm meant to be getting in this Titan. So I've used quartz up there in the teleporters. If you come into here, there you go. I've done these out in quartz with some quartz pillars in the corners. Of course, I've been into the liquid room down there, which has also got quartz in there. I forgot to mention when I was there. And just to be extravagant, I made a little sealed area there full of emerald blocks, just because why not, on both sides. But we can't actually get up and down here at the minute. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a teleporter in these two legs at the top and down in the room at the bottom. I've not used teleporters for a while, so I'll probably have to have a little play around with one off camera to remind myself how it works. I'm pretty sure they need their own power source and their own MFSU each, if I remember correctly from when I last used them, which was a long time ago. So all I'll do is I'll cut the camera in fact, just a sec, did I show you the... Let me just, for completeness, I might have already showed you inside these rooms, but I might have just flown around on the outside. I think, I did come in here, yeah, because I showed you the plan for the millennium and stuff, didn't I? So as you can see, I've done all the walls in here. Walls in the ceiling in quartz, with a bit of quartz pillars to break up the sameness of it. There we go. Right, I'll come back once I've got all the teleporters and know the work, and I'll put a teleporting system together to get us from the ground floor up to the top. Okay, I'm back, and this is throwing up a couple of unexpected issues. One, of course, is I could run power from the main power, ICU power, down to the legs. It just means running glass cable all over the place. So that's why I decided to go for solar panels. But solar panels, of course, once I keep building this, are going to get blocked. The sun's not going to get through to these. So this is at best a temporary teleportation system. Once I've finished doing the build, I may get rid of the solar panels or incorporate them into some kind of Lapotron crystal transportation thing that I can send Lapotron crystals to the MFSUs that feed the two teleporters. So I will end up doing it on both sides, but because this is going to be semi-temporary, I thought I might as well just do it on one side. Is the sun moving at the right speed? Or too quick? It was pretty quick. Yeah. So I've got one here with a clear sight of the sky, and I've got one here. So if we look inside, you see what I've done. So I believe these need a trigger. So what I'm just going to grab, while I remember, is let me just sleep as well. I think I spend most of my videos sleeping. What I'm just going to grab here, I should have a couple at least. Shroud, oops, there we go, there was. Should have a couple of them shrouded silent pressure plates, which should help us with this. So what I've done down here is, if you come into the base, so I've arbitrarily picked that back corner because I had the better sight of the sun. I've got a, it says it's an advanced machine block, but it's not. It's a teleporter there. See a little cross on it, and behind the teleporter there's an MFSU, which is getting charged from the ultimate solar panel that you saw behind there. So what I can do with this now is, I think it needs a trigger. No, it probably won't work here, will it? It's probably going to need to be there and there. Let's put a pressure plate there. This might work, might not. So, like I said, it's been a long time since I used this. I made this thing here, frequency transmitter, which of course, let's just get rid of NEI for now. Frequency transmitter is really basic electronic circuit, copper cable. It goes in all the liquid tank sensor kits and stuff like that. What I do with this is I click on that thing, with that. There you go, and now this is linked. See, they're linked to this teleporter. So now what I need to do is, I was messing around there by the way, I've put a little switch there, just to see what that looked like shut. But I need to do some kind of automated system for that. Anyway. Little temporary switch. So now if we come up into the leg, so that's part of the issue, is I've got no real route up into the leg at the minute. Ideally I want you to be able to get around inside the Titan completely on foot without having a jetpack. So this is the other end. So up here we've got, no, I just made it a little bit untidy at the minute. Is that an outside block? Or is that... yeah, it's an outside block, damn it. Okay, well, that's not the end of the world, is it? Or is it? It's pretty close to the end of the world. Like I say, temporary build, I'll tidy this up. I'll tidy all this up there. For now, I need cable running to there, I need an MFSU, which will immediately start getting charged by the solar panel that's connected to that, out there. Got that scruffy fucking looking thing there. And then we can put the teleporter down here. And this is going to want right clicking with that frequency transmitter. It should link it. We've got teleportation link established. And now if I step on this, now what will happen? But if I step on it after it's triggered, using a pressure plate, can a pressure plate go on glass? Should be able to. Yeah, cool. This should work. Yay, there we go. So that uses power each time you use it. But there we go, we've got a little temporary way. I need to be careful with that, don't I? I should probably do it with a button. Because when you step off that, you step back onto the bloody button again. Right, so there we go. At least we've got a way up and down. It's not the best, but that's how they work. What I should have done is set up a little panel so you can see how much power that's using. So it uses power both ways. So ideally, advanced panel with the up and down power level on it. Right, yeah, I'll sort that out off camera. I'll put in a couple of advanced panels so you can see how much power this is using. We're going straight up from down the bottom there, aren't we? And we'll see exactly how much power this takes, as if it's like that though. Scruffy bloody setup. And I'll probably change them solar panel, them panels, them pressure plates for buttons. So you just come and step onto it, press a button, and that'll send you up. Right, back in a bit. Okay then, back with a little bit of change. So I put a stone button down near each one of these, so now I can get up and down using a stone button. Don't particularly like the way this looks. And I've run the cable around the outside. I think it looks even worse, but it looks tidier than having cable showing inside. So I'm not 100% happy with the aesthetic of this. I should probably put it there. I would very much like ADSUs at the minute, the teleportation, IC2 teleportation power storage from GregTech. So I'm kind of missing GregTech for this part of the build. So I just have to adjust my mic there. What I've got here is I've got a panel above there with, just going to have energy and percentage fill in there. I've got a couple of these called top and a couple called bottom. So I'll put a bottom one in there as well. You see the bottom's out of range at the minute. Well, I've got some of these things, range upgrades. Still got that issue with my naming things there. It's something well messing around. Range upgrades are just copper cables and frequency transmitters, nice and easy. And you can see if we bang two of them in there, which go in that slot, then that's still out of range. Bullshit. Well, that's weird, because two at the bottom works. It turns out I need three from the top. Well, how bizarre. That is weird. I'll show you in a minute that two at the bottom actually works. That shouldn't be called top, it should be called top. There we go. And then bottom 10 with storage and free. So you just see a total energy in the MFSU and the percentage. So you see there at the top's 34%, bottom's 84. If we go down, we'll put the corresponding ones in here. And the top one's out of range. That's still 84. 8418. 8256. See that? So it took about 200. So it took about 200,000 power to get that. So I need to make one more of these range upgrades. Let's run up there. Find my way up. Find my way up. So yeah, I want this eventually to be able to navigate everywhere in the Titan without a jetpack or jump boost or anything. Range. One more of them. So make that pretty quick. So it's just a bit of cable. There we go. You can go in there. Yep, there. Oh, that can go back in there. So if we jump back down now, And actually use the teleport to go back down. So you see our top one is 3780. 2 range upgrades in there. 3680. So it's about 200,000 EU each time we go up or down. So we've got a way. It's not the best. It's not the prettiest. Yes, the bottom looks pretty cool, I think, maybe. So you don't have to be right next to it. That's something I could maybe exploit a bit. I could maybe have it hidden behind a wall and just run up and press a button. How far away can I be? No. Within 1 block possibly. Let's have a look. Within 1 block, okay, so I could have it hidden. I could have it underneath that block. Possibly. Anyway, there we go, so there's that bit of the episode done. So we've got a way up and down the Titan now, so if for example, if I was to die outside, and then I'd want a way back up to get to my gear. So I've actually got a way of getting all the way from the ground on foot up to the access terminal and stuff up here. So that's a positive thing. Right, the rest of the episode I'm just going to do a little bit of Thaumcraft. What I want to do is I want to show. I've come this way to go to this portal that's not here anymore, and I just relogged. So I need to turn up on that so I can turn my jetpack off and on again. There we go. That F button for me doesn't work. I think I mentioned it before, but the F button there doesn't work until I've opened and shut this menu. So I have to open and shut that menu at least once before that'll work. So let's jump back through here. So there's a couple of things I need to get ready for making this possible. Now, looks like if you can't do it with bees, you're going to have to grow your APF's in training here. So I've got a little achievement there. If there's no way of growing a node with a bee, you're going to have to grow it using saplings. Saplings create a lot of damage. When you plant a sapling to grow a node, it uses I think 100 of the local aura. So then it's got to replenish that. So it limits how fast you can grow things. So what I'm going to make is I'm going to make a handful of these crystal clusters, because they'll speed up these things, crystal clusters, and we'll make the pretty ones that are one of each colour. So I'll probably make 16 or so of them ones, one of each colour. So I'll get all the bits ready for that. And the other thing we're going to make is a couple of these things. What these do is these will store the extra V that those crystal clusters make into them. So each time this gets to full, we can then plant another tree and it's got 100 V to use straight away. So it won't keep draining the aura each time we fill one up. So I'll make a few of them as well. So I'll get all the bits ready for that. I'll be back in a bit when that's ready. We'll make them things and then we'll place them somewhere. Okay, we're back, and I've actually put my aura charge bees back in here because we're about to use a lot of aura. So we want to every little bit of help we can getting the aura back. We want in there. I've made sure I've got plenty of permutation, that's some in there and that's some in there, plenty of vitreous, which is glass, and plenty of precantatio, which is what we need for these. The way I made the permutation, by the way, I threw eggs in there, which is corpus and permutation. So I've got loads of tallow as a byproduct. And out of the tallow I made some, while I was messing about, some tallow candles, which is just 2 bits of tallow and a piece of string in the arcane weight table there. And you can mix them with a dye. There you go. Making colour. So I've just thrown some black tallow candles around for a bit more FPS issue, possibly. Anyway, I'm going to make 16 of these, and if you look there, each one of these takes 100 V. So the maximum we could get in at any one time is 10. I'm going to try and make 8 at a go. So, boom, 8. That should suck 800 V out of that wand, and hopefully we should have the resources. We should have the resources to make another 8. Let's see. Ah, we only had 7. Okay. So we was a little bit short on something. I'm guessing it's permutation. Okay, I need more permutation. So we've got 15 there. The mixed crystals. What I'm going to do with these is I'm going to put them all around here. All around this node that's down here. so I'll kind of spread them out nice and even. If I can work out how many we're going to end up with, 16. More than 4 on each side, isn't it? It's I'm going to try and do maths. I should have been there. I should have been there. So what these will do is these will replenish the aura quicker than standard. And the fact we've got the aura being there as well is going to do the same. I actually need, oh no, yep, one more, fill that out nicely. So I'll get some more permutation in there. We also need the same aspects for making the crystal capacitors. So as you see, we've got 0 aura at the minute, but every few minutes each one of these will add to the aura, and the B will add to the aura as well. So that should start going back up pretty quick. I'll get that last one made, and I'll get the materials ready for the crystal capacitors, and we'll put, I think we'll put 4 crystal capacitors around here, and over a period of time they'll all fill up, and that should be what I'm after, I think. Back in a bit. Back again then. I put my goggles revealing on so I can actually see how much is in these. So we've got a full 64 vitreous, we've got a full 64 permutation there, no, we've got 60 there, we've got 18 there, so we've got 64 permutation, and we've got a full 64 precantation there, which is what we need for the next step, which is to create 4 of these guys, crystal capacitors. So 4 of them is going to take 64, 64, 64, so we should have enough for that, as long as we've got 3 times 95, and we have. Now you see that's gone down from 100 to 95 because I'm wearing the goggles. Goggles of revealing give you a slight benefit when creating. I could actually put my full suit on and I'll get even more benefit. In fact, I'll show you that really quick. Let's I believe it's this suit if I put on 1, 2, 3. Jump back over there first so I can get over easier. Oops. Yeah, easier. Not that easy, is it? Let me up. I don't know why I'm doing that because I ain't got my flight control on. Should use my jet boots there. 1, 2, 3. These should all give me a bonus. So that 95 should be less now. See, it's 90. So I've got 10% bonus. Yeah, it doesn't make a much difference, but if you're really careful, you could save a bit of V like that. There we go. It should get us 4 of them. Boosh, 4 of them. Wonderful. Let's take all this stuff back off now. Put that gear back on. I'll do the rest of that off camera. But what I can do now is these should all furiously be creating extra V. So when you come back next episode, these things may turn purple, and if they have, that means they're holding 100 V. So let me just break one again and pick it up. I'll turn my coin of fortune on so I can see what's in it. So you see that's actually got 7 in it already. I don't know why it's took 7. I don't think they're filled up until everything else was full. But there we go. That little thing there should start creating V for us. So at the minute we've only got this 150 node that's empty because it's filling ones back up. Once it's filled the ones back up, it'll start filling the node back up. And once it's filled the node back up, all these extra things will start filling these 4 capacitors back up. So next episode we should see if that's working or not, and then we can see what we can do with that when we start planting some more saplings, see if we can grow this node a bit. So for now, I'm going to say thank you very much as always for watching, and I hope you join me next time. Cheers. Bye.